Hello YouTube, Wes here, and welcome to what is going to be the first in what will be a series of Vinyl Survivor quick take kind of videos. I don't know how to title these. I don't know how I'm going to title them, whether they're just going to be normal Vinyl Survivor titles or not. What's going on here is I'm going to be starting a new job and I want to have some stuff sort of in the can that I can quickly upload to keep some new content coming for you all, as well as I've been listening to a lot of records lately and I haven't been filming a lot of Vinyl Survivor videos, so just backing up all this stuff I have that I need to do a Vinyl Survivor video to let you know whether they are something that going in my collection or whether they just weren't for me. And so yeah, what I'm going to do is we're going to do really quick sort of show and tell. I liked it, I didn't like it, that kind of thing. We're gonna do 20 at a time, so I'm gonna do 4 or 5 of these so I can get caught up on the records I've been listening to recently, let you know, and get the stuff I'm keeping filed away and get the stuff I'm not keeping either in the Discogs store, which there'll be a link to the Discogs store down below in case you're curious, or VCLT, or just basically recycled kind of thing, back to a thrift store kind of thing, whatever it may be. Sort of everything has its place. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. This is going to be the first episode. So the first thing I got here is Jerry Rafferty. I believe this is his self-titled album on Visa Records. I do not know if this is his first album. It's an early album from 1974. This was okay, but at the end of the day, I thought about it and I'm like, you know, when it comes to Jerry Rafferty, City to City, Snakes and Ladders, those are kind of the best period, and that's enough for me to have those in the collection. And I've heard this, so I think I can just pass it on. So this one is not staying. All right, next up I have some German folk singer-songwriter-y kind of thing. Reinhard May with Klein Ruge Minute. Yeah, just enjoyable German folk singer-songwriter-y kind of stuff, kind of like a German version of like a Gordon Lightfoot or something. Again, not bad, but not necessarily something I think I'd want to listen to again or keep, so this one is not staying as well. All right, next up, one that will be staying. This is a Vinyl Me Please reissue of Breaking Atoms by Main Source, classic hip-hop album. I love this. I was glad when they reissued this. Killer package here. Nice vinyl. So this one is staying. Absolutely. All right, next up, got the Harry Simone Chorale with the Little Drummer Boy. This is a Christmas classic. Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't think this is right for my Christmas collection. It's a classic. It was fun to listen to, enjoyable, but not going to be staying around. All right, speaking of Jerry Rafferty, this is Night Owl from 1979. Yeah, this is sort of in that really great period of Jerry Rafferty, and for now, I'm going to keep this one. Enjoyed it. Yeah, good, solid stuff. Sort of Snakes and Ladders, Night Owl, and City to City are kind of the three I'm going to keep for Jerry Rafferty kind of stuff. If I find others down the road that I haven't heard before, I'll always pick them up and give them a try. But this one is staying in the collection. All right, next up is one I've had for a long time. I've heard it many times, but it's never made it back into the collection before. Just never, haven't had the chance to get it back there before. This is Walter Carlos, Wendy Carlos, Switched on Bach, classic one. And yeah, I just looked. I have Switched on Bach 2 back there. A lot of other Wendy Carlos stuff, but the original didn't have that one officially in the collection before, so it is officially in the collection now. Another Jerry Rafferty. This is Snakes and Ladders. I may already have one in the collection. If not, I'm going to pick out which one's best because I will be keeping these, but keeping one copy of this. But yeah, Snakes and Ladders, Jerry Rafferty, another good one from 70. I guess it's from 1980. It looks like. But yeah. Really good, another good solid Jerry Rafferty album. All right, next up I got a Feed Bands release. This one's kind of electronic, a little bit synth-wavy kind of sounding. One of my favorite Feed Bands releases that I got. This is Shrug Boats Stowaways. Yeah, if you're kind of into chiptune or synthwave kind of stuff, really cool release. And this one is a thumbs up for me, staying in the collection. Next up, Soul of the Machine, a Windham Hill electronic music sampler, new age electronic music, enjoyable. I don't really need to keep this. I'd rather have full-length albums from some of these artists that I like on here. So it was a fun listen, but not going to be a keeper. Next up, a quadraphonic compilation kind of thing, an introduction to the world of quadraphonic sound. Kind of a neat release. I don't have a quadraphonic system. I cannot put my system manually into Dolby Pro Logic, so I don't have any way to decode this. So it is what it is, but yeah. Interesting listen, but I wasn't able to really experience it the proper way. Next up, Jethro Tull, Benefit. I struggled with this one. I didn't really get into it. I liked Jethro Tull. I guess I just don't need to have every one of them, so this one is not a keeper for me. Next up, some classic on the Philips label. This is a digital recording, I think. Pochbel's Canon, Vivaldi Concert in G, some other stuff here, Handel. Yeah, just kind of a compilation of classical music. Not great, not good, so not something I need to keep. Next up, Mike Oldfield's classic Tubular Bells. Yeah, this is not in the collection yet, but now it is. This is a definitely keeper for me. I love this stuff. I love Mike Oldfield stuff. And yeah, really glad to finally get this in the permanent collection. That's a keeper. Next one, also a keeper for me, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Willie and the Poor Boys. Classic of theirs. Not much needs to be said about CCR. Another one from Jethro Tull. This one's going to be a keeper for me, though. I like this one a bit more. This is Minstrel in the Gallery. I have an upside down rear cover on that one. But yeah, that one's a keeper. Nice prog mixed with some middle-aged kind of music. Kind of weird, but good in a way. Another one that's going to be a keeper for me. Sometimes you just want to pull out a greatest hits collection for some artist, and this is one of those artists that has a huge catalog. Sometimes you just want the greatest hits. Bob Dylan's greatest hits. This is a nice clean copy of it, so I'm going to be keeping this one around, and when I just want to hear some Bob Dylan hits, I can pull this one out. Next up, excellent prog album here. This is Camel's Moon Madness. Yeah, this is killer. I love this. So yeah, this one is staying in my collection. I'm keeping it around. There's the gatefold on that one. So Camel's Moon Madness is a keeper for me. Next up is a bit of sort of art pop kind of stuff here from 2016. This is Aurora with All My Demons Greeting Me as Friend. Yeah, just killer art pop kind of stuff. Very moody, very cool. You kind of get an idea of what it sounds like from the cover there. Very angelic and moody, and yeah, definitely a keeper. Loved it. Next up, an artist I had digitally on my phone for a long time. Loved it. Something I listened to when I was running, or just going around. Finally found it on vinyl several years ago now, and that is Ebayi. They're I think it's self-titled, is it? What is the title of this album? Very unique packaging on this. Very unique liner notes and track listings. And it's kind of, again, it's kind of art poppy, but they mix in sort of some Afro-Cuban kind of sounds to it. Kind of a bit folky at times. So yeah, Ebayi, absolutely staying in my collection. Love this before I even had it on vinyl. So definitely recommend checking them out if you haven't heard them before. You might dig them. And lastly for this episode, a little bit more hip hop here. We have Ice-T with the Iceberg album. Nice release from him. You got Hit the Deck, Freedom of Speech. You Played Yourself. Yeah, really enjoyable. So that's going to do it for this sort of, I don't know what I'm going to call it, quick take, lightning round of the Vinyl Survivor series. Stay tuned, got several more of these to come. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy some great music, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.